Let's talk about sectors, though, given that we are on the cusp of the second half of 2025. You have three sectors in the S&P 500: energy, healthcare, and consumer discretionary in the red. But you can see more green on the screen because it was a pretty good first half. Let's break down some of the biggest winners and losers in the S&P 500 with Bloomberg cross-asset reporter Emily Graffeo. Let's start with the good news. Who did well this first half?
Okay, so like you said, the energy names did well. Not all of them, though. We'll talk about solar names in the laggards. But first, for the gainers, NRG Energy was up 80% so far this year. It's an owner and operator of power generating facilities. So it plays on that theme of needing more data centers to power AI. Investors here are really seeing it getting a boost. Again, on that AI theme, Palantir is another one on fire yet again. It was up 340% last year, and it's up again this year. As a reminder, this is a data company. They work with both companies, but also the U.S. government, and it's getting an extra boost this year because analysts are saying that it's winning more business from the Trump administration. So that stock up 72% year to date. Another name kind of in that similar theme, Howmet Aerospace. I have to admit, hadn't heard of this company, but I should have because it is up, again, another 70% this year. It's a jet engine manufacturer. Similar, again, theme here to Palantir. Analysts say the profit is firmly pegged to commercial aerospace and defense engine demand. And then finally, we still have a tech name among the top four, Seagate Technology. It's a data storage company, but again, that kind of tech play AI name driving the gains this year.
I do think it's cool to point out that the biggest gainer on an individual basis is an energy name, but the sector overall is in negative territory for the first half.
Dude, I think it's crazy that we've never heard of Howmet Aerospace, and it's a $75 billion company.
Well, now it is after that first.
Am I the only one that hasn't heard of it? Or
No,
am I missing something?
No,
Okay.
and
Just making sure.
even before this, it was worth, $40 billion, $45 billion. You'd think if somebody said, hey, I work for this company, and you say, I never heard of it, and they say, it's worth $45 billion, you'd feel pretty silly. Okay, in terms of the biggest losers, I guess Deckers is the #1 biggest loser year to date. And I always think that this is a company that makes like home improvement goods.
Right.
Like a deck.
Right, but it's not. It's an Uggs owner.
Shoemaker, right?
Yeah.
So they make Uggs, they make Hokas.
Thank you.
When I saw that they were, among the laggards, and I knew it was coming on Katie's show, I was like, oh my God, she's going to be so disappointed. But I feel like the laggards are kind of painting this picture of consumers pulling away from buying clothes and also solar panels. We'll get to that. But Deckers Outdoor, they provided a disappointing first quarter forecast in the latest earnings. I guess people just aren't buying as many Hokas and Uggs.
I buy Hokas twice a year, so I'm doing what I can.
Yeah, you might be the only one. There's a lot of competition in that space, in the sneaker space, and then also the athleisure space. Lululemon was, again, among one of those laggards of the year. They also cited...
What is the competition there? Because
for Lulu?
Yeah, I mean, I know that you can go a little bit down market, right, with Athleta, but there's no other gold standard of yoga pants than Lululemon, right?
An Aloe yoga.
Yeah, there's Beyond Yoga. Everyone is onto the athleisure theme. If you're a retail...
But isn't Aloe the same thing and they just increase the price by 50%?
Yeah, but
what's the difference?
People feel like it's more premium. But there is competition in this space. In fact, they actually... Lululemon is getting in a spat with Costco right now for potential trademark issues because, again, Costco's kind of trying to use that athleisure feel and that premium feel in their products. We also have Enphase Energy, solar names getting a hit. You guys were talking about the tax credit potentially changing for solar names. And then also United Health. That company has been hit very hard this year. The earnings haven't been great. There's been management shakeups. And then it's been facing multiple investigations from the DOJ over billing and antitrust issues in the Medicare program. So consumer, health, and then also solar names getting hit.